All right, so next up we have esters. We're going to be doing some naming and drawing for non-aromatic esters. And I forgot to mention in the last video, vanilla. Who doesn't like vanilla? Excellent ester smell. Okay, so in naming and drawing, or we're really focusing on naming here using our IUPAC system. So our ester really comes from two different components. Our ester is the combination of carboxylic acid and our alkoxy. Literally, as we will see in our reactions a little bit later, it literally is the combination of a carboxylic acid and an alcohol. And so what I want to do is I really want to be able to identify which side of this molecule came from the alcohol, which side of this molecule came from the carboxylic acid. The carboxylic acid component is always going to have the carbonyl. The alcohol component is always going to have the lone oxygen, or the alkoxy. Okay, so once we've identified what our original carboxylic acid looked like, what our original alcohol looked like, we can go ahead and name these accordingly. So again, this is going to get two names. The first name is going to come from the alcohol as an alkyl group. The second name is going to come from the carboxylic acid, and that will be our parent chain. So remember, those carboxylic acids, those carbonyls, are always going to take precedence. So as we are naming this, it will have two names, our alkyl plus the parent. We're dropping that E, followed by the suffix -08. So what I recommend that you do, especially as you're practicing and you're kind of working on this, is to identify your alcohol. And then it may be smart to give the name of the alcohol and then change it to the piece of the ester. So our alcohol is this side right here, and I've only got one carbon. So that is going to make this originally a methanol, but since it's part of an ester, it becomes my methyl. Now my carboxylic acid, and again that carbonyl always takes precedence, has two carbons. So my original carboxylic acid is an ethanoic acid, and what this is going to give me is this is going to give me ethanoate. Now when I put these two together to give the full name of the ester, this is going to be methyl ethanoate. And notice it is two names, so it is two words, methyl ethanoate. All right, so it'd be a great idea if you pause the video, see if you can name these two on your own, and then start it back up again, see if you got it right. So apologize. I'm going to continue to go. My dogs see something outside. Let's hope they stay quiet. All right, so first thing I want to do is I want to identify, maybe I'll bracket this off so that I have my two separate pieces, right? My alcohol piece and my carboxylic acid piece. So this side is going to be where my alcohol comes from, and this side is going to be for my carboxylic acid. In fact, I am going to do these in two different colors, color coordinate. So this is my alcohol, and let's do green is my carboxylic acid. Okay, so carboxylic acid name. The name of the carboxylic acid is, got 3 carbons. Remember that carbonyl always takes priority. So this is going to be a propanoic acid, and this is going to give us propanoate. Now my alcohol has only 1 carbon. So my alcohol came from a methanol. So this is going to be a methyl. So putting this whole thing together, the name of this compound is methyl propanoate. 2 separate words. All right. Well, let us move on to what appears to be an ugly beast. It's not that bad, I promise. All right, so again, first I want to identify my alcohol side and my acid side. The carbonyl is always the acid side. So this is my carbonyl, or this is my carboxylic acid side, and the single oxygen is my alcohol side. Okay, so in naming this, I want to again identify these, write out the name of the original acid, and then change the name to 08. All right, so if I look at my acid, this has 1, 2, 3 carbons. So it's definitely going to be a propanoate. Now I do have a methyl group on carbon number 2, so I need to include that. So the original carboxylic acid would be a 2-methyl, I should make that all one word, propanoate, 2-methyl propanoic acid, which is going to give me my 2-methyl propanoate. And again, that's all one word. Okay, my alcohol. Again, I'm going to go through and number these. I have 1, 2, 3 carbons for my alcohol. And again, I've got that methyl group on carbon number 2. So this is going to be a 2-methanol. Helpful if I could spell it. Which is going to give me, oh man, what am I doing? Hold on. Let me try this again. I have 3 carbons, that's a propanol. I have a methyl group on carbon number 2. So the original alcohol is a 2-methyl propanol. Now, this is going to give me a 2-methyl propyl. So I'm going to put my 2 ester pieces together for my name. And this is going to give me, this is a long name, a 2-methyl propyl. Again, that comes from my alcohol component, followed by a 2-methyl propanoate. Okay, so we're going to run through some common naming. The carbonyl is going to get a prefix for the number of carbons, just like we've seen before. This time it's going to end in 8 instead of 08. Our alcohol is going to stay the same. And then just like we've used before, the Greek letters will be used to designate branches. So alpha, beta, gamma, that sort of thing. All right, so we've already identified on this compound, and actually on both of them, which ones are our carboxylic acid and which ones are our alcohol. So remember that the alcohol is staying the same. So that's going to remain a methyl. Now my carboxylic acid has two carbons. That is an acete. So we're going to change that ending to acetate. So methyl acetate would be the common name of this compound. I'm going to do the same thing on the neighboring compound. Again, we've already identified our carboxylic acid and our alcohol. So again, our alcohol is a methyl. This time our carboxylic acid is a prop. It's got 3 carbons, so it'll be propion. So the name here, methyl from the alcohol, and propion 8. And there is your common naming.